My name is Abhineet. I just wanted to spend some time and walk you through the AWS Data Analytics Specialty Exam preparation. I recently passed the exam last week. I got a score of about 820. Uh, and I wanted to just share what I experienced, what was my preparation like, etc. In this short video, we'll keep it short. So first up, let's talk about what are the materials to go through, what is out there that you can, purchase or refer. The first two YouTube videos I found very helpful. I think you should watch them. I will not repeat what they are telling, but they are sharing their exam experience and what goes on in the exam, what is covered, what is not covered, etc. Uh, so do watch these two videos. Uh, then I found this exam topic questions very helpful. Uh, I got a couple of questions from here in my exam, but the answers are not always right on this website. So you better look at the discussions or read through to make sure that the answer that you have is correct. They have about 26 pages, five questions per page, or roughly like that. After 15 pages, they ask you to pay. I didn't pay anything, uh, but if it's up to you if you want to get it. These are good questions. The other course I happened to purchase was Stephen Maarek, and this was by watching so many videos. Everyone was recommending this course, but honestly, I didn't like it. It's good if you are getting started. It will introduce you the services, but in no way this is going to help you clear the exam. Some of the questions there are good, but don't spend too much on this course. Like if you get it at a really good discount, then go for it. Otherwise, if even if you don't do it, I don't think you're missing out on anything. It is outdated. It has DynamoDB questions which is not covered in the exam anymore, etc. So my strong recommendation is don't buy this. Then the other set of questions I bought is this practice test. These are about 210 questions. Uh, again, I got it at a good discount. These questions, though they are good, they are poorly worded and they are copied from here and there. So they are copied from AWS practice test. They are copied from SkillSert Pro. Uh, yeah, but it's a good exercise. Like if you do it, these are long questions, so it gives you good practice. But a lot of questions are wrong. A lot of wordings are wrong. I mean, I don't think the quality of question is very good. It will just help you. It will direct you to the good content that you need to read to prepare for the exam. The third thing you have to do, which is most important thing, the fourth thing is read all the FAQs for all the tools. I've given one example like Redshift, but read all the FAQs for all the technologies like Kinesis, Redshift, Glue, EMR, S3, uh, Lambda, Data Lake, etc. So this is like a good summary of what the service is. It talks about security, encryption, file format supported, source tag, etc. So it's a good summary. Do read through. And last but not the least, AWS itself, they provide a preparation course for this exam. So it's a free course. Do take it instead of buying, from Udemy, etc. Uh, Again, this will give you, a good understanding of each system that is covered, like, the processing, collection, storage, and security. It's a good course. Do take it. It's free, of course. So you should take it. I've given the link there. Don't try to buy too many dumps from here and there. This is not an exam that you'll pass using dumps. This is an exam you'll pass using your knowledge. So try to, take your time for this exam. It took me about 6 months to clear this exam. And I have 5 years experience on AWS. So I'm sorry. So I didn't want to just, pass the exam for the namesake. I wanted to make sure that by the time I pass this exam, I have gained sufficient knowledge on each technology. So that is my take. But depending on your bandwidth, uh, plan and prepare accordingly. Let's look at, what were the focus areas in the exam. So I think 80% of your 90% of your exam questions is kinesis, streams, firehose, analytics, redshift, spectrum, glue, EMR, S3, data lake, QuickSight. All these together will cover most of the exam. Uh, Tools like Lambda, DynamoDB, RDS, Elasticsearch, they appear as options mostly. You will not have any direct question on them, but you do need to have some idea of, what these tools are, what their properties are, how Lambda scales, how RDS replicas work, etc. Just a very high level. How DynamoDB works, what is DynamoDB streams, and things like that. Uh, you also need to know, the cost of each service. You should understand, whether Redshift is more expensive than Athena, or Spectrum is cheaper than Glue, and things like that. You should know the cost. You should also know the latency each service offers. For example, near real time versus real time kind of questions. You should know that Kinesis Firehose is of having a higher latency than streams. You also need to know, what are the supported file formats for each tool, what file formats QuickSight supports. If you don't, this will be some easy questions that you will go wrong. So it's good to, have this information. Understand, what encryption each offers. Like EMR offers a certain type of encryption, it doesn't support certain type of encryptions and things like that. So be aware of that. It will be easy, especially for glue. Like, know what are the glue transforms. There are so many transforms that a dynamic data frame can do. So understand what that looks like. Understand how data lake integrates with all the tools covered in this exam. Know the difference between QuickSight Standard and Enterprise Edition. Uh, so I think, yeah, I mean, there's a lot to cover, but I'm just giving you, some kind of a perimeter of the exam. So if you are covering these things in detail, probably you'll good. Yeah, you should also know S3 lifecycle management, so there'll be questions on that as well. Uh, Again, some tips for the exam. You need to be hands-on, get the free tire account, practice as much as you can, create small clusters for Redshift, create single shard stream, try to send data to the stream using Kinesis data generator. It's a utility provided by AWS. Look it up on Google. It's very easy to use. Uh, Set up a Firehose stream. Play with all the services. Like, you should feel comfortable because you will have specific questions in the exam, and if you haven't done hands-on, you won't be able to recall the properties, and you'll be confused with the questions. Uh, Again, as I said, don't spend too much money on buying dumps or courses, etc. They don't help. There's no dump out there. Believe me, I have tried. Uh, End of the day, it will come to your skills in the exam and how well you're able to, articulate, understand the questions. One thing I felt is, for me, especially Spectrum and QuickSight seemed like scoring areas. Like, these questions were straightforward. So you don't want to miss out on easy stuff because there'll be some tough questions that you will probably go wrong. So make sure that you don't get these quick side questions wrong. Like, you understand all the charts uh, it supports, what is the difference between a heat map and a tree map, or a bar chart and a pivot, and things like that. So understand that difference. Uh, as I said, repeat the practice test a couple of times. Exam topic questions, just do it 3 4 times if you have the time. Uh, and yeah, I mean, one of the ways is, you create this pipeline in your AWS environment. So have a Kinesis stream, uh, read that using Firehose, write that data into S3, then use Glue to write it into Redshift, or, read from the stream. You create a Kinesis data application, data analytics application, to write some on-the-fly queries, send that data to Lambda or, Firehose or Stream, create an EMA cluster, check what is the difference between a fleet and a group, how auto scaling is done, what security configurations are there. Uh, Same thing you can try for glue, try writing a simple ETLs in glue. Encryption, you should just remember, just if possible, mug it up so you don't struggle with encryption settings. I have created some kind of an Excel sheet uh, that you can use to sort of compare the security features. So I don't know if this is useful really, but I'll share it anyway. So for each tool, I've given what security features are there, etc. Uh, so that's about it. And mind you, I mean, in the exam, what I felt is not very verbose. I think only 4 or 5 questions were very long. Other than that, the questions were not too big. I was able to finish it in 2 hours, and I had about 11 questions to review. So I spent last 30-40 minutes just reviewing those questions. So make sure that you don't, you keep half an hour, 40 minutes to review your mark questions, and uh, know that you have a margin of 18 questions to go wrong. So that's a good margin, but if you're not on top of your game, you may end up, getting confused and, marking too many questions. So make sure time management is there. You're not getting panicked. Like for me, 1 or 2 questions were tough. Like the exam itself opened with a Kinesis question, and it was making me think. So don't panic. 1 or 2 questions will come like that, which will make you, think, and maybe, you'll think this is tough, and don't panic. I think the best strategy I would advise is when you get a question, try to eliminate two wrong options right away. If it's a choice question, that's normally easy to do. If you have prepared well, you will be able to eliminate two questions or straight away, two options straight away, and then you are deciding between two remaining choices. And read the question fine prints carefully, like, whether it is asking for cost optimized, you know, scalable, managed, near real time, or whatever. So use those keywords to eliminate the wrong answer. Uh, so that's my 2 cents there, on handling questions that you think you don't know uh, answers for. Some of the questions I think I got were poorly worded. I like options were very close. Like none of the options seem right. I think 1 or 2 were like that, so I found little challenging. But again, I tried to do this elimination process and went with the least confusing or least wrong option. Uh, yeah, other than that, I think I will share all this in the YouTube video link. And also, I'll share my LinkedIn profile. Feel free to hit me up if you need any more details or if you want to talk to me personally regarding the exam. Thank you. This was a very short video, not a very professional one, but I just wanted to put this information across like so many people have done because it is a tough exam, mind you. So thanks for watching.